Guys, I just got a package, and I think it's safe to say this is my first pro item. Wait till you see what's inside. Okay, so I opened the package. It's a package from Phlebo Corp, the go-to, #1 3D printer in our industry. Cool wiener wax sticker. And now we will unveil the McFly signature Cult sole plates. These are in a US 1011. Now the story on these sole plates, Justin Thursday designed these sole plates for the Cult from scratch, but I wasn't happy with how wide his design was. It was still wider than the stock Cults, but I like super wide soles. So I had Phlebo Matte. I downloaded Justin Thursday's 3D printed files that he so graciously put for free on the internet, but I don't have access to a 3D printer. So I contacted Phlebo Matte to ask him if he could print them for me and maybe even slightly modify the design. He was very happy to do that. He did contact Justin Thursday to make sure there wasn't going to be any etiquette problems with that, and Justin Thursday was fine, and they even collaborated on the design. I think Matt showed him his work and he kind of approved of it and all. So don't want to put words in Justin's mouth or Matt's mouth, but anyway, these sole plates, I mean, I've had a lot of 3D printed items, 3D printed like Hot Wheel track connectors and starting gates, and 3D printed like little toys, and these feel so much more solid and so much better than any 3D printed item that I've seen thus far. So yeah, here's the sole plates left and right, size 10, 11. And again, they're the Justin Thursday original design, modified quite a bit by Phlebo Matte. And now I'm gonna go take my Cults apart. You guys haven't even seen them yet. And we're gonna put these soles on, do some measurements. Okay, so here we are in my spare room. I'm gonna show you guys my Cult navies. I'm still on Team Aeon, but from like a podiatry standpoint, my old feet, the bottom of them hurt a lot after like 2 hours of sessioning the Aeons. Could just be my feet. I haven't actually been to a podiatrist, but anyway, I'm wondering if maybe a raised heel skate will help, even though raised heel is probably worse for my back. I'm just not really doing gaps anymore anyway, because my back problems. Anybody who's been around the channel for any length of time knows, in 2019, I started to have really bad back problems from a job I was doing, not actually from skating. So you guys seen the ground control video with the navy colored ground controls. They don't quite match, but anyway, they're close enough. And these razors, that's the reason why I got those ground controls. And the reason I got these Cults is I was inspired by like the spy shots of the new Cult soles that Razors is developing. It's supposed to be a secret, but anyway, I mean, you could see this is the 10 and 11. And I mean, the widest part of the sole is barely 2 fingers. Whereas, this is like significantly wider, almost 3. And we'll measure everything by millimeters, centimeters in a little bit. But also I'm going to check the weight, because these sole plates aren't exactly super light. So we're going to see which ones are heavier, the Cult stock sole plate or the Phlebo Matte Justin Thursday McFly Pro sole plate or McFly Signature Edition. So let's take these Cults apart and see what they look like. I believe in giving credit where credit's due, and everybody kind of talks bad about Razors, about the owner, about them dropping pro riders or various drama over the years. But let's give credit where credit's due. Razors and USD have never had the best hardware, but for these Cult navies, they've actually upgraded the sole plate bolts to star axles, star bolts, and these these Allen wrenches match. So I think that's pretty cool. A lot of people probably had problems over the years stripping these the original sole plate bolts out, and now they're not going to have those problems. So good on you, Razors. Okay, here's our new handy dandy digital scale. Got our Colt sole plate, size 10-11 with backside plate. Got 11.2 ounces. All right, let's compare that with our Phlebo mat, Justin Thursday collab, and that's 14.7 ounces. So, you know, every 14.8. So every little ounce counts, and these are heavier overall. I thought they were going to be lighter, but you know, the weight's not going to matter if I slip off of a narrow sole plate and break my ribs. So guess they're going to be a little on the heavy side. All right, we're doing some weight comparison once again. Now I got this digital scale. I'm obsessed with it. So the Colt boot only, or shell only with the sole plate, the Phlebo sole plates, 2 pounds, 8 ounces, 0.7, which is ironic. Like, add a couple more ounces, and that's the Aeon with the frame, wheels, and bearings. But you know, the setup was always going to be a little bit heavier than the Aeon. You can't beat the Aeon on weight. But you know, I'm going on foot comfort. So now stock razor sole plate again. You know, about three ounces difference to go. You know, with the stock soles versus the Phlebo Justin Thursday soles, aka the Mike McFly special. Let's measure them out. Okay, now we're going to compare the wideness, the width of the Justin Thursday / Phlebo Corp / Mike McFly special edition sole plates versus the Razor Colt stockies. So on the front of our sole here, we're going to be sitting at almost, let's see, probably, let's do this, 38 millimeters. I think the back was about 36, give or take. Now we'll look at the Justin Thursday. Pull this across, and at the widest, the rear sole plate to my specifications. Matt did a great job. He made it almost 4.5. It's like 4.4 or 44 millimeters. And the front is also going to be, looks like about 42, 43 millimeters. So quite a big difference. About a centimeter gain, centimeter and a half gain. So I'm very happy with that. Now let's check out the negative real fast. Even though the Colt, I will say the Colt, even though it has one of the smallest negatives in the game, I mean, you know, only 2 centimeters in the back and only 3 at the widest in the front. You know, the way that you angle your foot when you do negatives on Colts, they have extremely good negatives, the way like the frame's aligned. So now we'll look at our Justin Thursdays, our Phlebo mat, Mike McFly collabs, and that's going to be just shy of 4 centimeters. You know, let's say 36, 37 millimeters. And again, here we got, we're just shy, you know, again, 37 millimeters, 36 millimeters for the negative front to rear. So pretty cool. Let's take a look at the skates with the soles on there. Okay, here is our Justin Thursday / Phlebo / Mike McFly, you know, sole plates on the Colt Navy boot, size 10-11. You know, and the reason I didn't go directly to Justin is because he put the file up for free. He's not trying to, you know, spend his time printing parts, but Phlebo Matt is. So he's trying to make money and, you know, support himself, support his family, hopefully turn it into a full-time job, you know, trying to 3D print skate parts, and I think he's the best in the game. So, so yeah, here's the boot. Like how he contoured, Justin contoured in the original crank strap hook that was on the Colt boot, or the super flat boot at the time. You know, there's a little gap there. Matt didn't have these boots on hand to see how they fit, but even despite that, they fit amazing. So let's throw some frames on there, see what they look like. Also, I plan on throwing my Jad leather straps on there. You know, just not going to take them off today. Okay, here is the skate. Again, I got to still put my Jad leather straps. Now, something I didn't anticipate, the vintage ground controls I got off eBay. I think they are a medium size. I don't think they're larges because they look pretty small. They look pretty short on the Colts, you know, little goofy. But I might not end up going with these frames at the end of the day. Let's go ahead and weigh the complete setup. Let's see here, digital scale, zero it out. Gotta do the other skate, clean up this mess. Okay, my Aeon's complete with flat rocker wheels. You know, hydrogens, bearings, axles, everything. Without the liners, weigh almost exactly 3 pounds. So let's say, you know, I don't weigh the Aeons with the liners usually. So let's say the 5.1 ounces is for my liner. So yeah, I'm gonna be adding a pound per leg. That's not ideal, but you know, we'll just see how it goes, you know, because if I'm going for the lightest skate ever, I would like ride Aeon's plastic anti-rockers or freestyle maybe. But at this point, you know, just my feet hurt from the Aeons, like the bottom of my foot hurts. So hoping these Colts perform better for my individual feet. So that has been a quick overview of the Justin Thursday Phlebo soles. Again, Justin made the original file. Matt modified it quite a bit to my specs. You can ask Matt for the Mike McFly special. And I believe he's still going back and forth on price. I don't want to tie him down, but they're going to be somewhere between, I could be mistaken, but you know, that's probably including shipping to where I'm at. So, you know, your results may vary. So give Matt a shout out. I'm going to put his Instagram link on the screen, and you know, hit him up in a direct message. I'm sure he probably has Facebook as well, and I'll put a website or email, you know, in the description if you guys need to be able to find Matt and get these soles. And again, big shout out to Justin Thursday for designing them from scratch. Huge shout out to Matt for modifying them to my specs. And let's look forward to seeing me hit some handrails and not kill myself. Have a good one, guys.